Good evening. My name is Charity Robinson, and I am going to go over my capstone for today. I worked on this capstone during the 12-week boot camp with Savvy Coders for web development. A little bit about myself. I am a proud Navy veteran with a background in intelligence, electronic intelligence. I am also a technician where I troubleshoot, test, bring equipment back online, things of that nature. I am also a wife and a proud mother of two. And my capstone centers around women who have suffered from postpartum depression and just trying to get them the resources they need, as well as to network, enable them to network so they can start to heal. And all of that is going to be accomplished by the power of walking. Um, so without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the website. Here is my home screen. On my home screen, I have my logo that I designed. The title of the website is Walk with Moms. And it states, are you a mother or, a mother that may be suffering from postpartum depression or a perinatal mood disorder? Um, and if you are, this website is for you. If you are not, this website is still for you because you might know somebody. And like I stated earlier, this website has, the purpose of providing resources. At the bottom, you'll see the suicide prevention lifeline number, which is 988. If you're ever in a dark place, you need somebody to talk to, you don't have anybody, or you feel judged, whatever reason, please get help. Please dial 988, or if that number is not working, I have also provided the actual 1-800 number. Um, you know, it's something that affects mothers who deal with postpartum depression, anxiety, psychosis. And it's something that, definitely I want to bring awareness to that. The About page just goes over everything that I've gone over already about myself, how I am, Charity Robinson, I still am. And, wife, Navy veteran, mother of two. And this is something that is close to me because I also have suffered, and I am now a survivor from postpartum depression. When I was going through that, I wanted to take a walk. I also want a company. And I, just thought there's got to be an easier way to find somebody that's out there that's close to you that also may be going through the same thing. And I envisioned this website as that way so it can make things easier. If you're in the shoes that I was in and you just, you want to go outside, you want to take that walk or run or jog, you just want to have that person that's there that understands what you're going through because they too may be going through it. This website, the purpose is to help accomplish, the hard part of trying to find somebody. And that will be explained on this page right here. So we're going to go now to individual walkers. It says, getting started is super easy. You will go ahead and you put in your zip code here. And the reason why I'm doing that right now is because my database is running a little slow. By putting in the zip code, that's going to connect to my API that I designed and created. This API houses, the database of women or those who suffer from postpartum depression or anxiety. and whether they want to walk, run, what the age of the child is that they have, if they have a child, the months that the child's age is. There it is right there. The customer's name. So it's just going to be the first name, last middle initial, and then the zip code. And then also a map quest API, that will show in the future, once I'm able to incorporate username, password capabilities. We were restricted from doing anything that dealt with passwords during this cohort. I want to take that data and I want to link it into this MapQuest API, or just the Map API, period. And I want the markers to show up in real time or near real time, of other users that are out there in your area, where you would be able to click on the marker. It will show you the name and this information right here, basically. And from there, you would make the choice of whether this is somebody that you feel comfortable with walking with or not, or maybe click this marker over here. See who is available. Another thing I want to incorporate into the future are safety protocols, safety and privacy protocols, where your full address is not going to be shown for obvious reasons. When I feed this data right here through the API, I want it to kind of offset the location of the clients, so that way you will never know exactly where they are located, obviously for safety and privacy reasons. But you would still be able to, if they wish, to meet up, link up, to go ahead and to take that walk, to, start your journey of healing. So that is everything, that to go over with the individual page. Now we're going to transition to the bloggers page. The point of this page is, to host information and resources for postpartum depression, tips on healing, resources, for caregivers even. I will incorporate in the future where you can select your state. And once you select your state, you'll be redirected to that postpartum resource of that state. Something that I want to also do in the future, something I also want to do in the future is to incorporate a good news API in the bloggers page. So when you come on the page, you come to this particular page and you are greeted with good news stories, because being depressed, suffering from this disorder, bad news could trigger a multitude of emotions, and just seeing the bad news of the world today, I don't even need to get into, could be enough to trigger somebody. So I want this to be a safe space. I want this to be a safe place where you can come and you don't have to worry about the worries of the world. You're just focused on yourself and you're focused on healing. If you ever want to get in contact with me, here's my email, or you can use this form to send a message to me as well. So that's my website, my single page application. here's my wireframe. So early on during the cohort, we were instructed to craft wireframes. As you can see, it is very different from um, my spa right now, but the goal was definitely met. And the goal was that I wanted my page to be easily accessible, and for you to easily navigate my page. When you're suffering from this disorder, the last thing you want is complication. Um, I don't want my page to be so complicated to where you're fumbling trying to figure out where it is that you need to go. Um, so I definitely kept the user in mind to try to keep things simple, um, simple navigation, not a lot of windows on top of windows and, you know, links leading to the dead ends. And you're just trying to simply find out, how do I get in touch with somebody in order to start this process of healing? I wanted that to be as straightforward as possible. And I think that I'm sure that I accomplished that goal that I had in mind. My user flow diagram, everything pretty much stayed the same with the exception of the names of the pages. And obviously, I don't have the weather APIs. I have the MapQuest API as well as my own API. But here we are. Something else that helped me was the mural, which is just basically a layout of how I envisioned the pages, and the content that was to go on these pages, as well as components. You know, did I want a nav bar? What did I want the nav bar to look like? Information, did I want it to be centered? Do I want borders around my text? Things of that nature, to keep me on task, to keep me on target, meeting my target. Everything went here, and I love this. I really do. Just because of, you know, how organized it was and how it kept me organized as well. And here we are, the magic under the hood, as I say. Um, this is the code. One of the things that I found challenging during this cohort was, um, you know, just the inner workings of things, trying to figure out how all of these folders that you see here on the left, um, how do they work together? Once I figured that out, then I had another beast to tackle. Okay, APIs. What is an API, and how do I use it? Um, I ended up figuring that out as well. You know, definitely had help with or from, you know, my instructors as well. Um, but once, you know, I was able to figure things out, the inner workings, and figure out, you know, how to call the API and how to create my own API, how to get that to work. That's when everything started to open up for me. Um, you know, and I'm just truly proud of myself, um, you know, for getting this far. You know, I still have a long way to go. But I'm excited at the road ahead, because I look at where I was just a few short weeks ago, where I didn't even know what the purpose of console log was with JavaScript, you know, just a few short weeks ago. And now, you know, I learned so much about JavaScript. I learned so much about, you know, the components of a single page application. I learned about, you know, deploying to the front end, Netlify, learning about MongoDB. I could just keep going on down the list. I've learned so much, and looking back at the past and looking now where I'm at, I am very, very proud and happy, of where I am right now. Lastly, I wanted to definitely touch on another thing that I enjoyed was learning about agile methodologies. Um, I was a product owner, and I ended up collaborating a lot with the Scrum Master, working alongside him to create sprints. And then I also groomed and managed the backlog as well, creating user stories. And then we would, organize daily stand-ups, participating in sprint retrospectives as well as sprint planning. Um, and with everything that I learned during the Savvy Coders Bootcamp, especially with agile, the tools, especially the tools that are available for you to use in order to get your project, your single page application up and running, were invaluable. And I'm grateful for the knowledge that I've gotten, and I'm thankful. And I say it, and I'll say it again. I'm very proud of where I am, where all of my teammates are. Um, you know, we relied on all of our resources on each other, our own knowledge to get us through this. Um, so yeah, we all definitely deserve that pat on the back. So that is everything that I've wanted to share today. I truly hope that you enjoyed my enjoyed looking at my capstone, enjoyed listening to me talk. I just thank you for your time, truly. And I hope you have a great day. I'll see you later.